Welcoming you, my friends, to our chair yoga for Waldenstrom's practice today. Today, we're going to be moving through a gentle chair yoga sequence that will hopefully help us to move some of our stuck energy, create a little clarity and focus in the heart and mind. And some of us are experiencing a lot of fluctuation, a lot of stress, maybe some high BP, blood pressure in the mix today, feeling needing a little emotional respite. So whatever your reason is for being here, I hope that we can work with intention to help address those issues. We're going to do some breathing. We'll do our movement practice, and we're going to end with something a little bit different today. We're going to do a meditation that will incorporate some journaling or writing. And this is sort of our intention setting part of our class today. This is totally optional, but if you want to run and grab something now to write with so that you'll have it for the end of the session, that might be great. Pen and paper for the end of our session, something to drink, maybe a little piece of chocolate because, chocolate. So it's the holidays season still, and we're in this confusing week where I do not know what day it is, but chocolate seems to be a good go-to for me. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. So I'm going to start by rubbing my hands together, taking my glasses off if I'm wearing glasses, and this is everything in our class today, and every time we meet is optional. So you do what feels best for you. And I'm going to infuse my hands with a little bit of care and compassion for myself. And just thinking about all the years I've been on the planet and all of the things that I've experienced. I just want to give myself a little congratulations on getting this far. And I'll cup my palms over my eyes and just drink in a little bit of this nourishment. Taking a break from the stimulus of looking at a screen or looking at the environment around me. So I'm moving into more of an internal place. And under cover of the palms, I'm going to take a few breaths and just begin to arrive. Just let myself arrive in whatever state of being I'm in. Just coming into this just as I am, with lots of compassion towards myself. And I might roll my eyes around within the eye sockets, lubricate the eyes. And for now, maybe our intention can just be to be present. I am present. Present to my own needs. So we'll begin by slowly bringing the hands down away from the eyes. Maybe you want to massage the face. I especially love smoothing out the brow. So kind of like opening up that area at the center of the eyebrows. And this is a great place to concentrate on if we're looking for focus and clarity, right, in the mind. In our holiday self-care session, our massage therapist practitioner gave us a technique to rub the ears, which was very, very calming. Maybe you want to use both hands, or one hand, depending. Yes, I'm trying to make that accessible. Maybe it's whatever part of your hands can touch your ears, with the intention of just very gentle touch. And the ear is sort of the beginning of the vagus nerve. The vagus nerve is really a part of the stress response, so this can be a nice calming thing to do. Just rubbing the ears while you look out at the trees, right? Beautiful. And then you might want to get into even a little massage of the scalp or the jaw or the shoulders, wherever feels good to you. Sometimes I literally pull my hair away from my head. It feels so, so good as somebody who is a migraine sufferer to help relax the muscles in my skull, like the occipital ridge, so just getting into those areas, those nooks and crannies where we collect tension. All right, and then if you like, you can, oh, I love that deep breath. I can take my glasses back on and we'll begin with a little gentle neck range of motion exercise. So I've got my feet on the earth, and I'm creating some very small intentional circles with my head, and I'm tuning in to this part of my body, the neck, the shoulders. And if I'm hearing any sort of loud neck pops or anything that seems too crackly, I might make my circle a little smaller. And just sort of stay within that very small little circle. Finding some breaths. Maybe I can breathe in for half the circle, breathe out for the other half. I could move in the other direction doing so. Easy breaths in and out. Maybe you want to breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth today. That could be a nice way to let off some steam. All right, and coming back to neutral and just taking a stretch of the arms. And I will go ahead and move back to a little farther away. Let's go ahead and open those arms way out to the sides. Lift the heart, and then I'm giving myself a hug. One arm on top of the other, it doesn't matter which. And I'm going to tuck my chin. We're breathing in, opening wide, heart lift. Exhale, opposite arm on top. Give yourself a hug, chin is down. Breathing in, opening, lifting the heart. Exhale, give yourself another hug, opposite arm on top. And last one, opening wide. Give yourself a really big hug. And tuck that chin and take a couple of breaths. This year has been so full of ups and downs for all of us. And I just want to give you a hug and give our community a big hug for getting to this moment together, that we have gone through so much. Even if this is the first time you're practicing with us, recognizing the journey we've been on. And when you're ready, you can release and bring the arms down at the sides. I'm lifting both arms up, exhaling, twisting to the right, arms coming down. Inhale, arms up, torso center. Exhale, gentle twist, arms coming down to the left. Inhale, up to the center. Exhale, gentle twist to the right. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale, twist left. And let's do one more on each side. Inhale, lift the arms. Exhale, we're going to stay in the twist to the right for one breath. Big breath in. Exhale, maybe you twist a tiny bit deeper. Then inhaling, arms rise. Exhale, hands coming down, twisting to the left for a breath. Big breath in. Exhale, twisting a little deeper, and then we're coming back to center. So for this next little movement, yeah, take a sip of water, whatever you got, whenever you need it. I'm going to lift both arms up and one leg straight out in front. Arms come down to the sides, leg release. Inhale, both arms up, other leg lift. Exhale, release down. Inhale, lift the arms, lift one leg. Exhale, release. Inhale, opposite leg, both arms lift. Release. That's good, Catherine. Inhale, arms rising, one leg. Exhale, release. And last one, arms rise, other leg lift, and release. That's beautiful. So now I'm going to bring opposites into the mix, and this is really great for my focus. So I'm lifting opposite arm, opposite leg, straight out in front, and the other arm is swinging back behind me. So I'm getting this nice sweep of the arm. My core is really stable, and I'm just going to focus on something kind of far away and keep my breath moving. That's good. Keep it up. We'll do a couple more of these. Got it. Maybe one more on each side. Extending that leg, extending that arm. And then we'll come back, take the hands to the lap, soften the belly for a moment. Maybe you cast your gaze down or close the eyes. And let's just take 3 breaths together, breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth, feeling that connection with the earth. In through the nose, out through the nose or mouth. And one more easy breath. All right, now I'm going to slide to the back of my chair, lift both legs up straight out in front of me, zipping them together so my legs are really engaged. And I might lift both arms straight out in front. And again, finding a place to gaze that's a little farther away, that's not moving, and just finding maybe 1 or 2 breaths, feeling that strength in the core, strength in the legs, and releasing down. I'm going to scoot forward just a tiny, tiny bit in my chair. So this might be a little bit harder as I lift both legs, zip them up, lift both arms, or keep the hands on the chair if you need a little extra support. So I'm using a little bit more of my core here. That's good, Marnie. Big breath in, and then release down. Okay, I'm going to massage the tops of my legs. I'm going to do one more of our version of a boat pose. I could stay where I am, or I could come even farther forward. I want to kind of test it out so I'm not going to fall out of the chair. Zipping my legs and lifting them up off the earth. That might be enough, just doing the legs. Right? Maybe I can try one hand or both arms, plug the shoulders back, big breath, and then release it down. That is hard. Massage the tops of the legs. Okay, I'm going to turn my whole body to the right. And I hope you have the kind of chair you can do this. Turning my whole body to the right. I'm going to bring both hands straight out in front and maybe clap the hands together. And as I take a breath in, I'll then exhale and bring that left arm across my chest and reach over to that left side. So my torso is twisting and both arms are reaching out to the sides. Inhale the arm back, palms press. Exhale, twisting open to the left. Let's do 2 more. Inhale. Exhale, twist and open. And last one, you got it. And then I'm releasing the arms down. My torso is still facing to the right here. And I'm going to scoot off. So my left butt cheek is off the edge of my chair. And I'm just going to drop my left knee down. So I'm getting a little stretch to the front of the left leg. And I might explore how might it feel to lift that left arm up and also push that left foot back a little bit. So I'm getting more of a stretch. Torso is nice and upright. And I might do a few of these little swoops. So I'm pushing the heel back, lifting the arm up, big breath in. Exhale, arm coming down, less of a lunge. Inhale, extending your lunge. Exhale, releasing, and maybe one more for good measure. Beautiful. And then let's release the hand down. Walk yourself back to center with a wider stance. A little bit of a wider stance here. And I'm going to bring my arms out to the sides like a cactus. Feet are on the earth. I might pick up my heels, pick up my toes a few times, just kind of feel that connection, that stability. And then I'll squeeze my arms together, palms press, forearms press. Inhale, open. Exhale, squeeze. Big breath in, opening. Exhale, shut. And last one, squeeze those shoulder blades together. And exhale, push the hands together. Give yourself another hug. Doesn't matter which arm is on top. And again, just recognizing what a journey this past year has been. Grateful to be in the present moment with you. All right, so let's walk our whole body over to the left side. And I'm going to be bringing my palms straight out. My palms are kind of clapped together. Take a breath in. Exhale, twist to the right. Right arm coming back behind you. Just do what feels good in terms of your own range of motion. Inhale, arms forward. Exhale, twist to the right. Arm coming back as far as feels good to you. Not going to push through discomfort or pain. Inhale, forward. Exhale, twist, opening. And we'll do one more. You got it. And then I'll bring my hands back down, pointing my torso to that left side. Scoot my body so my right butt cheek is off the chair, and I'm holding onto my chair for support as I bring that right knee down. Bringing that right knee down, I might explore swooping the right arm up and pressing that right leg back as far as feels good to me. So I'm not going to push through pain or discomfort here either. And doing a few of these lunge extensions. Inhale, swoop it up, push it back. Exhale, release down. Find your own range, find your own rhythm. Feeling that opening and that lifting. Got it, Karen, beautiful. And then releasing back and walking ourselves back to center. This time I'll bring just my right leg over to the right, and I'm going to extend my left leg out in front, maybe scoot it a little bit to the side. I'm at the edge of my chair and I'm really zipping up my core here. And I'm just going to float both arms out to the sides. You could use one arm if your one arm is sore. So I don't want to push myself too hard here. And then I'll bring my gaze over my right hand. And I'm reaching to the right a little bit, reaching to the left a little bit with my torso. It's kind of like I'm surfing the waters of the present moment here. Reaching into the future, reaching into the back, in the past. And then I'll find that nice, stable, sweet spot right in the middle that is the present moment. I'm going to flip my right hand Inhale, trace the ceiling with the right hand, left arm coming down, reverse warrior. And then we're coming back to our warrior two. Breathing in, reverse the warrior. And exhale, warrior two. And we'll take one more. Lifting up and coming down. And this time I'm going to reach my right arm forward and just bring it down across that right leg somewhere, wherever feels good. The left arm can come up and over to whatever degree feels safe. Maybe you rest the hand on the hip if the extending of the arm doesn't feel right to you. And I'm really engaging my leg muscles here and really stretching through that left fingertip. Big breath. And exhale your way back up. And let's bring both feet straight in front. And we'll do another round of opposite leg, opposite arm extensions. Nice and slow, controlled with the breath. You can always take a break and take some breaths if you need it. Finding your flow. Now, when I got to work this morning, this space was 50 degrees. And now it's like 65, and I feel like perfectly at home with the little warming up we have done. Feels so good. Let's do one more on each side. All right. And now I'll bring my left leg over to the left. I'll bring my right leg straight out in front, heel on the earth, and I might slide that leg a little bit to the side. So I'm getting us this open hip stance here. Floating my arms out to the sides to whatever degree feels good to me. Turning my gaze over that left hand, and I'm reaching into the future, reaching into the past. Torso's the only thing moving here. And then I'll find that sort of sweet spot, stabilizing in that present moment. And then we'll go ahead and flip the left hand. Inhale, trace the ceiling, reverse the warrior. Exhale, warrior two. Couple more like that. Breathing in as you lift up. Breathing out as you come down. We'll take one more. And then let's reach forward with that left hand. Bring it across the left thigh. Right arm can come up and over to whatever degree feels good to you. Big stretch through that right side body. And then we're releasing back and bringing both feet back to center. Maybe you want to take a moment to take a sip of water or take 3 breaths with me, drinking in the breath as if it were slaking some kind of internal thirst. And now we have the option to stand up from the chair mindfully. And of course, if you are feeling low energy today, or you would rather not stand, you're welcome to stay seated. We're not going to do too much in a standing posture today. So if you've elected to sit, for all of our standing, we can modify for the seated posture. And if it's something that just is not able to modify, you can imagine doing it. You can visualize doing it. So my first little task here is to get my feet juiced up and attend to my lower limbs. So I'm just picking up one heel at a time and kind of stretching my toes. And you can do this in a seated posture, lifting up one heel and pushing that forefoot down into the earth so the toes get a stretch. And then I might go ahead and just come up onto my tiptoes and release back down. So we'll do a few tiptoe floats, breathing in. Maybe the arm or arms rise and release down. Maybe it's one arm, maybe it's both arms. Maybe you keep hold of the chair the whole time. Good. And now as I come down, I'm going to sink into my knees, bring my hips back, and really turn on my glute muscles and my leg muscles, my belly's towards my spine. Today I'm going to bring my arms back behind me, and this will be my dynamic chair. I'm going to inhale my arms up, straightening my legs, and maybe coming up onto my tiptoes, releasing back down, bending the knees, arms back behind me. Breathing in, lifting up. So you can do whatever portion of this feels good to you. Maybe you do the whole thing, maybe you do just one piece of it. Maybe it's just the arms. And if you're caring for high blood pressure, right, maybe you don't lift the arms at all. Maybe you just keep the hands at heart center. Right, so that's one little trick with all of the yoga. We're sort of asking folks with high blood pressure not to keep their arms lifted in the air for very long, because that can raise the blood pressure. And now I'm coming back down to earth, and I might just walk it out a little bit, even if I'm seated, opposite arm, opposite leg. And I want to do my wall pec stretch, which is so great for heart opening. So I'm going to come to find a wall and place my right hands about shoulder height or even a little bit lower, especially if you're caring for any issues in that right shoulder. And I might kind of bring my fingertips back a little bit. I'm going to turn my body away from my arm until I feel the amount of stretch in my pec muscle, my chest, and my shoulder that feels good to me. And I can change the direction my hand is facing and sort of explore where I want to feel that stretch. And maybe my left hand can just rest on my heart. I'm breathing into my hand and releasing. That's good. Turning the body away from the arm. Right? So you're getting a big stretch. You've got it. So just turning that body away from the arm a little bit. Got it, Marty. And then releasing and just noticing, oh my gosh, how much did I need that? I'm going to come to place the left hand on the wall. That might mean I turn away from the monitor right now, and that's okay. And it could be shoulder height, it could be lower, the fingertips could be back, they could be straight up. And I'm just going to turn my body away from my arm till I feel that amount of stretch that feels good to me. Take some breaths. Maybe that right hand can rest on the heart. And then I'm releasing from there. And I'm just going to take one more standing pose. That's the down dog. So I'll take a walk away from my chair, place the hands on my wall or my countertop or the back of my chair or the seat of my chair, and do my version of a down dog here where I'm looking to get a stretch to the back of my legs, looking to get some length in my spine. And I think that can be difficult sometimes if we have issues in the shoulders to really get that length. So just do what feels best. Find 2 more breaths here. And then walking yourself back up. Maybe you want to take a slow elevator ride down to your seated posture. Nice and slow. How slow can you go on the way to sit? You know, skip this if you have knee issues, right? Good. Take that sip of water, and then we'll wind down and get into our intention setting meditation in just a moment. But I can't do this class without these two stretches. The hip stretch, number one, this little figure 4, where I cross my right ankle over my left knee. And I'm grabbing onto whatever's available here. And I might already be feeling a lot, right? Maybe this isn't accessible for me today, and I could just cross the ankle over the ankle on the floor. That would be okay too. Just reaching my heart forward, relaxing my shoulders, gaze could be down. Reminding myself to breathe. Easy breaths. All right, we're sitting up from here, crossing the knee all the way over. So we have the right knee nestled on top of the left. I'm sitting up really tall in my chair, and I'll take a little tiny gentle twist to the right, using those torso muscles to twist. Maybe I don't twist too deeply if I have severe osteoporosis or any issues in the thoracic spine, that middle of the back. And then I'm coming back to center and switching it up. So left ankle over the right knee. And if you're just joining us, we're kind of just winding down our chair yoga practice now, and there will be a recording. You can watch it, but please feel free to stay. We will about to do a meditation. So let's move through this hip stretch. That left ankle over the right knee, and I'm reaching the heart forward, relaxing my shoulders, finding my breath. Doing what feels best for me and my body today. And then we're coming back up and crossing the knee over, lifting up a little taller and taking that very gentle twist to the left. Kind of wringing out the body here, putting a little pressure on the internal organs with this twist. Big breath. And then as we exhale and we come out of the twist, all of that fresh blood rushing to the internal organs. Feels so good. And I might end my physical practice with just a rubbing of the belly in a clockwise direction. That's the direction of digestion. So some of us care for GI issues, whether it's constipation or abdominal distress from eating too much chocolate. I mentioned chocolate at the beginning. Oh my goodness. It was so cute at the end of our meditation last week on Christmas Day. One of our participants said, you know, the meditation was lovely and all, but all I could think about the whole time was what kind of chocolate was I going to eat from all the chocolate she had received as gifts. All right, and then any other movements the body's asking for, any other stretches. Maybe you want to roll the wrists. If there's a part of the body you feel like we didn't get to today, you need a little bit more, go ahead and attend to that. If you want to get into a really comfortable posture, if you want to grab a pen and paper, we're going to be doing a little intention setting exercise that will be kind of going back and forth between meditation and journaling. So let's go ahead and get into that comfortable posture. And it might feel good to start with both hands over the heart. Resting both hands over the heart. And just plugging in for a moment to this community of fellow Waldenstrom's friends. And as we sampled during our holiday self-care, a sort of heart-centered breathing. So we're breathing in and out of the heart as if we could take in air through the chest. So we're breathing in and infusing this part of the body with positive emotion like gratitude, compassion. And again, reflecting on the year and just congratulating yourself for getting here to this moment. Breathing in and out of the heart space with the eyes closed. See if you could take 3 more breaths in and out of the heart. And then taking a moment to ask yourself the question into this heart space, what do I need in the coming year or the coming day or week? What do I need physically, mentally, or spiritually? Any of those layers you can address, asking the heart. What is one need I could address with this intention? And you might bring the hands down into the lap and just allow yourself to allow that question to linger a little longer. If you had an immediate response, you could take a moment to write it down. And sometimes we might be more able to access the answer by just starting to write. What is it that I need physically, mentally, or spiritually in the coming day, week, or year? Just one thing. It could be small, it could be large. Maybe you're thinking about getting more of a support network or having a more disciplined self-care routine. Whatever your need is could address any of those layers. Good. And we're coming back from writing. If you want to keep writing, you're welcome to do that, but I'd like to then close the eyes and whatever feels good with the hands. If it felt good to breathe into the heart, you could continue that. In fact, it might be really nice to do that for this question. I'm going to ask myself, what do I want? What is my deepest desire? And that could address any of those layers again, physically, mentally, spiritually. What do I want? And just reach out and grab the low-hanging fruit for that question. And you can take as long as you need to kind of be in that reflective space. You might take a moment to write a few of your wants or desires down. So we have the needs and we have the wants. And they might be different or they might be the same. So we're creating sort of a column. One of the columns is want. What do I want? And one of the columns is what do I need? So if you've written some things down, or even if you've just spent time meditating internally on the wants and the needs, you can go back to that. Maybe it's now, maybe it's later. And you can find the one thing, it could be on either side, the want or the need side, and find the one that seems the most challenging. Maybe even a little bit scary. So we're picking one thing from your list that seems the hardest. And from that, my friends, we would like to try to create an intention. So we take from the list, so for example, if one of the scariest things is, to create that self-care routine, somehow I don't seem to be able to do it, that's my need, I'm going to turn that into a positive, present tense, short and simple phrase that I can then use in this new year to create cognitive restructure my internal being and create this new intention in my life. So my intention, if that were the case, might be I take exquisite care of myself. And you're welcome to use that one. I've been using that one for a little while now, and I sign all my emails that way because I think it's something we need constant reminding of. So we've picked the one hard thing on our list. We've turned that one thing into an intention that we then can use in practice, our practices coming up, that we can repeat internally to ourselves. So let's take a moment and feel that intention percolating up. Maybe one has come to you. Maybe this is something you're going to revisit during our Yoga Nidra practice on Friday or another time. But you might allow some words, maybe it's your intention, to be repeated internally here and now, just repeating that intention for yourself. And a lot of folks coming to yoga, they want to be more flexible, they want to have better balance. And so our intention might be simply, I am balanced, I am strong. And by repeating this intention internally, we're creating this strength and structure in the mind. And there's research that supports the use of intention during meditation. It can be very useful for the beginning of a cognitive restructuring process. So let's go ahead and just set those seeds, plant those seeds, and come out of our little space of writing and meditating. And we can continue to do this throughout this coming week. Today also happens to be a new moon, so I really like this practice just for every new moon. What are my wants? What are my needs? And creating an intention, and then trying to remember that. When I'm doing yoga and I'm in a physical posture, I can infuse it with my intention, and it just creates this whole other level that is part of my yoga practice called svadhyaya, or self-study, where I'm working to kind of cognitively restructure from within. So friends, let's close with our hands at heart center. If you're here for the live class, we'll have some time to chat. I'm really curious about how you've experienced this. And of course, if you're here for the recording, you can always reach out to me and let me know. But I'm going to close our class with the sound of one Om and 3 Shantis. Shanti means peace. You can join me from wherever you are in the world, or you could just listen, breathing in. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. And thanking you so much for your practice today, friends. Namaste. I hope to see you on Friday for our Yoga Nidra, which is a reclining, guided relaxation meditation practice where we actually use these intentions and we plant them into the seed of the mind when we're in a relaxed state. And it's a wonderful practice. I hope you can be there with me. And if not, I'll see you or be with you next time we're together. Maybe it's next year.